turn down the tunes just a little bit. I was researching a little bit on the only child, and I know that there's a stereotype out there that we only children are a spoiled bunch. We're egocentric, narcissistic, just self-centered, you know, egocentric. And I will say this is clearly something along those lines, though. I will say that you know, it's worth considering that the YouTube generation, that being our generation, it is the future. User-generated content, as far as, I mean, the internet is as tangible as the collective consciousness, I think, will be. I mean, if you've ever bought a product off the internet, actually had something that you purchased via electronic media and have it arrive at your house, you have essentially taken part in the most touchable form of collective consciousness out there. And I know that people differentiate that with podcast, vidcast, YouTube, Rever, all this stuff. Well, there's a big difference between eBay and this. Well, not really. It's the same outlet. It's also the same inlet. That's the nature of it. That's the nature of consciousness. You're dealing with one thing. It's again, like time and space, part of the continuum. It's an important and essential and integral part of what it is to be here. So, the only child review. The only child review is pretty much my thoughts on things. That's it. Okay, the when, who, what, when. The when is now, clearly, and in the foreseeable future. This is, I'm a big cereal fan. I tend to go organic on my cereals of late. They're more expensive, but they are tasty. Wholesome comes to mind, and some are more filling than others. Really, they're great with some yogurt, some vanilla yogurt. So I rock that. But on the cereal tip, the design of this program is to be, if you can call it that, is cereal in cereal fashion. That is to say, it's one after another, and it's just kind of you know, it's just kind of a chronicling of my life and my approach to that life. And we're all doing it in one way, shape, or form. My folks didn't really capture a lot of my youth in stills, in photos. I still don't really use cameras or stills for much. This is brand new. This is a brand new setup, and I'm doing it for this purpose. I didn't just have this stuff laying around the house. I will concede. I bought a lot of this. I bought this stuff for this purpose, and I hope it's good. You'll note that this is all kind of impromptu, and is clearly such. Let me turn down the tunes. I know you guys, I hope you guys are enjoying it, but sometimes I gotta hear myself a little better. Audio is a big deal to me, music's a big deal to me, and I really hope you like what I have, and I hope the quality is good. But regarding my speech and what I actually have to say, it's not scripted, and again, it's not so I can be super duper live or really, really on. You can really trust this guy's opinion because it's just off the cuff. There's the laziness factor. I don't want to script all this stuff. I don't want like I said, it's a serial, and I don't want to spend too much time on, the content of any singular episode so that it might actually interfere with the production of any preceding episodes. So, yeah, so this is pretty much off the cuff, live. There is not going to be any editing. I've actually finally designed it, I believe, to be a pretty simple in and out process where I'm not going to, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's essentially live footage. And for that reason, like I said, I'll make a number of mistakes, and I might seem redundant, and I might actually, knowing myself, I will skip around quite a bit. I'll have one idea and then shoot off on some tangential other. But I do tend to wrap it up, if not by the end of that particular episode, by the end of my life. Unfortunately, I've got some time on that. Baruch Hashem, I have some time on that. So I will tell you straight up, and I don't want to hit you guys with too much info, but I think it's important to tell you guys right off the bat because religion is an important component of the world. I will say that I am not particularly religious. This statement is not to be confused with, in any way, shape, or form, with thoughts on God or a creator or a higher power. I am in full knowledge of the creator and the higher power. Not knowledge of him, it, she, everything. as it is, but rather complete knowledge of the fact that that it is a fact. And I don't say this because I want people who don't believe in God to get all crazy about it. I don't care if you believe in God or not. I really don't. I don't think it matters. I mean, it doesn't necessarily. I mean, it doesn't change anything if I do believe in God for the greater whole. For me, it makes a huge difference. Just as I'm sure for you, those non-believers out there, it makes a huge difference for you not to believe. You know, it kind of shapes the way you view things. So I'm letting you know up front that in accordance with my belief system, which is not religious and not particularly, I wouldn't call it particularly spiritual, though I guess it is. I consider it just more appreciative. I see life as a blessing, and you know, I really don't care about the whole religious thing, because I mean, I respect it. I grew up Christian. I was raised Christian, and you know, it's got its perks. I've converted Judaism, excuse me. Not particularly surprisingly, marriage was a deeply involved root to that scenario. But in the process, I'll be honest, it was enlightening for a number of reasons, well beyond any religion, Judaism or otherwise. That is not to say that Judaism has played any small role in that. No, I mean, my undertakings with the religion itself, the regulations involved, it's a highly regulatory religion, I think you'll find, and the rabbis, the rabbinical court, everything. It's been really amazing, but what I've gotten out of it, and I don't mean to offend any of my Jewish brethren, my Christian brethren, my Muslim brethren, no, but I mean, I don't mean to offend anybody. I'm simply saying I'm not religious, and it's important that you know that as we go forward, because it will color the way I view things, just as everything does. Historically, let's go with academically. Academically, I am not oriented. That is to say that I am not a school guy, and if I ever speak unkindly to or about the system, or rather the establishment, I guess you'd say, the you know, institutionalized education, as it were, school. It's not because I don't value it in some way, shape, or form. You'll note I keep saying that. I get all inclusive on that, the shape or form bull. But oh, this is a jamming tune. I have to turn this up a little bit. Hot chocolate, by the way. I don't know if you guys like hot chocolate. I do. So yeah. Oh yeah, so I'm not going to get down on school. I don't dislike it for everyone. But I do think, particularly in America, I'm an American. I forgot to establish that, perhaps you can tell. I'm living in Arkansas. I mean, you're American, I assure you. Although, you know, my wife is Israeli. So, I mean, just because you're in Arkansas doesn't mean you're native, and it certainly doesn't mean you're even an American. So, listen to that. Fat bass line. But I'm not the biggest fan. I have gone through school. I hit high school, and believe it or not, though it took me an extra half year, I did complete colegio. I did complete it. So I went to a small private junior high. After I've traveled a little bit. I've been very blessed. I am very blessed to have not only a privileged existence in that I'm well, I'm not sick. To my knowledge, beyond the fact that I'm alive and therefore dying, getting closer to death, I shouldn't say, well, I mean, getting closer to death with every living moment. Barring that reality, I don't think I'm on the verge of death in any other way. And so I'm very grateful and privileged in that sense, as I hope the bulk of us are. And yeah, I've also had the privilege to travel a little bit, and by that I mean live elsewhere. I'm from Arizona, as I mentioned. Excuse me. You gotta watch out for the bird, dude. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and scoot over. My bad. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Sorry, I kind of lost track there. The bird do will get you.